What's going on, guys? I'm starting today's Q&A out by answering some YouTube questions first, and then I'm going to answer the Instagram questions after. I'm going to pick the two winners, one from the YouTube comments and one from the Instagram comments at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. The first question is from Wyatt Nixon. He asked, why did you start a YouTube channel? I started a YouTube channel when I was about 11 years old, maybe even younger. I would post videos of me riding around with my friends at the skate park. Pretty much just wanted to document my progression, and then I started making edits and I had a lot of fun doing that. And for like 2 years or so I stopped making videos so often, and then I made a new channel, this channel right here, a few years later. And here we are, I'm still making videos, doing exactly what I did when I started out my first YouTube channel. Very grateful that I started a YouTube channel, definitely. It's been so much fun just traveling around, filming, riding, sharing my experiences. And the next question comes from Gabriel Gonzalez. He asked, does your understanding and logic for traffic on bike ever affect your driving? Do you sometimes forget you're in a car? No, not when I'm driving, but sometimes when I'm walking in the city, I'll just walk out into the street and not realize, like, hey, there's traffic, there's cars, you can't just walk out whenever you want. And I don't realize that because when I'm on a bike, I pretty much just, you guys see it in the GoPro videos, like we just ride out. We look, but it's a lot easier to ride and manipulate through traffic than it is to walk, and sometimes you forget that and it's like, holy shit, like I just got hit by a car. So it definitely does like manipulate that in a sense, but not when I'm driving, definitely not. It's totally two different worlds. Richard Bishop asked, who do you look up to for a pro rider for BMX, if anyone? Pretty hard question. There's a lot of riders out there that I take inspiration from, that I look up to, who I grew up watching a lot. Gary Reynolds is one of my favorite riders. Currently, my favorite riders are Simone, Courage Adams, Alex Donachie, Bruno Hoffman. I know I'm forgetting some off the top of my head, but there's so many amazing riders out. Colin Varanak, one of my best friends, amazing rider. He's killing it. If I didn't say AK, definitely AK. I love AK's riding. Alex Kennedy, he kills it. Jacob and John BMX asked me, who was your first sponsor, how long did it take to sponsor me edit, and what companies did you send it to? My first real sponsor was Volume Bikes, and I didn't make a sponsor me edit for them or send in any tapes or anything or email them. I entered a Twitter contest back in the day and ended up winning that, and I won a frame, a Volume RJ20R frame. My friend Kenny Hirsch on Long Island, who worked at Long Island Bike Shop, moved out to California to be a sales rep for Volume and Demolition. He put in a good word for me. He got me on the grassroots team, and here we are maybe 5 years later, 6 years later, and I'm on the pro team now. I'm just super honored to be a part of the Volume Bikes team. It's amazing dudes, amazing company. Thank you, Castillo. Yeah, that was my first real sponsor. I'm still with them today, so shout out Volume. Millsy asked, what is the greatest trick you have done and what trick you're most proud of? I don't know singly what trick that I'm most proud of or that I've done, but I did do a line one time that I was kind of just like, I was in the zone, and I'll insert the clip right here. That worked out first try that I threw the bars, and it was sloppy, but I was super stoked on it, and I don't know, that'll be a clip that I'll remember for a while. There's definitely been some other stuff that I've been super proud of, I just can't think of it off the top of my head. Gus Freeman asked, if you could go ride in any country or cities other than the ones you've already been to, which would you pick? A lot of people have been asking me, oh, when you come into my country, when you come visit here. For the rest of 2017, I'm pretty much open for anything, but I definitely want to go to Copenhagen, I want to go to Amsterdam, I'm going to Latvia for a summer simple session, and that's pretty much what I have planned for the summer. I'm not really sure anywhere else. I'm down to go anywhere. I want to ride my bike all around the world, see different cities. I love traveling to new places, taking in the culture, the food, the atmosphere, just everything about traveling and visiting new places. As well as the riding, obviously. It's always fun riding a new city, but it also is great to just experience someone else's culture and how they live life. So there's so many places I want to go and see, and those are just the places that I have in mind for summer. Ashley wants to go on vacation soon, so we're probably going somewhere. This is a question about FTL. Had a lot of questions about FTL. Jason Schiller asked, when did the idea for FTL come up and when did you start it? What was your inspiration for the brand as well? Of course the other riders are involved, but is there anyone else backing the company with you? Will you be restocking the FTL coaches jackets? Keep up the good work, Billy. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. The idea for FTL came up in late 2011, I believe. I was a senior in high school. I was taking graphic design classes and whatnot. I really was into the idea of starting like a little crew clothing company thing. The first stuff I got made was in the beginning of 2012. I got stickers, beanie hats, and I believe maybe a run of shirts made. Not too much to start off, and it was super expensive for me at the time. I didn't have a job, I didn't really have money, so it was hard to get those funds to start it up. Stickers cost a couple $100s to make, and I was like, damn, that's like a lot of money to do just to start out stickers, you know. But it was sick going to the skate park, and kids were supporting it. My inspiration for the brand is just like BMX, the city. I'm big into graphic design, I'm big into fashion. I love just style and design. Pretty much anything I'm like surrounded by. Somebody asked me about the Apple logo. That's from the Big Apple, like NYC, the Big Apple. That's like a huge influence on my riding and my style, I guess. Is anyone else back in the company with me? Pretty much it's just me. I mean, everyone else is involved, like Panza, Augie, Austin Mazer, all my friends are involved, but behind the scenes stuff, like designing, getting everything done like that, that's just me, and then Ashley helps me pack orders sometimes. Will you be restocking the FTL coaches jacket? Yes, they'll be back in stock for the spring line. That should be out mid-April, maybe late April. I put a lot of time and effort into the spring line, and I'm looking forward to seeing that come to life. Thank you, Jason. GoPlay asked me, did your riding skills change after that broken leg in Spain? I'm gonna say yes, it definitely did affect me for a few months, especially getting back into riding. It was a little painful, definitely. I was more cautious of what tricks I was doing. I didn't want to land on hard, and now that I'm back, now that I'm like, I would say 98%, I still have a little pain here and there, especially when it's cold out, but I feel really good on my bike now. You can definitely overcome injuries if you keep working at it. I did a lot of physical therapy, eased back into it, knew my limits, and just took it easy for a while. I had to sit down and be like, oh, I'm not gonna ride today, I can't, it's gonna hurt. Harder to do than it sounds. You just have to be cautious and work towards getting back to health. It's worth it for sure in the long run. Griffin Gregory asked, hey Billy, what was your biggest inspiration to be making videos? My biggest inspiration to make videos was just to see my progression in riding and filming and have fun. Just go out and make good videos that I was hyped on. Joel Truthweight, I had broken my leg a few months ago and just got my cast off, and when you broke your ankle, did you have something to focus on besides riding? Because riding was all I could think about. I did have trouble at first because I knew I wasn't going to be riding for at least 2 to 3 months, and that was kind of a bummer. But I took all that time and energy and just focused it into FTL and designing the fall-winter line, and I couldn't have been more stoked seeing that line come to life. Honestly, breaking my ankle, it made me sit down and focus on that for a little while, which wasn't the worst thing. I mean, I can't really complain. I realized I had to balance more time into each, so I was just really just riding, which is amazing, but I needed to sit down and focus on FTL for a little bit, and it was good. So I'm back. I'm trying to balance both right now. It's a little tricky, but it's definitely good. If you get an injury, just try and focus your energy on something good, something positive, another hobby that you enjoy, and time will go by. If you just sit there and, I don't know, get bummed out about not being able to do something, time's gonna last really long. But if you focus your energy on something else and just enjoy it, time will fly and you'll be back doing what you love in no time. What was the most influential factor to beginning your brand, FTL? Was it to do with BMX or other factors? James Fisher asked that. I was a little bit of BMX, design, and fashion, pretty much all lumped into one in my senior year. I was heavily influenced by all 3 of those. I would say BMX mostly, and then the want to design, and then the influence from fashion. And it's also a great feeling putting a lot of work into design or a piece of clothing and then seeing that come to life. That feeling never gets old. It's always awesome, and that always keeps me motivated. Blake Henshaw, what are your future plans? Do you plan on staying in New York City or moving somewhere else? I definitely am not leaving New York anytime soon. I love it here. Irishman asked me, my question is, do you take drugs? No, I don't take drugs. I'll take the occasional Advil if I'm in pain, but that's about it. Adam Phillip, how and when did you meet Panza and Augie? I met Panza way long ago. We grew up 2 towns away from each other. Pretty much when he got into riding, I met him. He was probably like 12, 13, I'm not sure. So we've been friends a long time. I met Augie like 2 months before he moved to New York City at a party in Long Beach. He just asked me about YouTube when we were there. And then he moved to New York. We went to Estonia together for Simple Session last year. We've only known each other about a year now. Miguel666. Billy, you're gonna get a new car soon? If so, which one? Love the vids, man. Been a subscriber since the very beginning and the old channel too. Thanks, Miguel. That's sick. Yeah, I'm definitely planning on trying to get a new car soon. I'm interested in a BMW M2. I really want to do a European delivery on that, where I'd go pick it up in Europe and drive around Germany for like 2 weeks with Ashley or something and make that like a little video series. That'd be really sick, like hitting parks in Germany, street spots, Switzerland, you know. And that car is just a beautiful car. Let me know what you guys think. Also, the Audi RS3 is coming out this year, I believe, in the sedan. That looks beautiful too, but I think I'm sold on the BMW M2, and it's just a matter of time. That would be the ideal dream car right now. I got a bunch of YouTube comments. I wish I could read them all. I'm sorry I can't. But thank you guys all on YouTube. Let's get into the Instagram comments right now. Jar Gaze asked, when did you decide you didn't want to pursue a conventional path in life? I think entertainment and BMX is your strong suit, and I'm excited to see what you choose to do in the future. That's a hard question. I always wanted to do what I'm doing now. It's easier said than done. I mean, I was just doing what I love to do, and it ended up working out. I never wanted to work a 9-to-5 job. I don't like working for people. I like to do what I like to do. I work best when I'm motivated to do something. I'm not going to work well if someone's over my shoulder telling me what to do, working in an office or something like that. Like, if I'm motivated to do something, I'm going to do it. I guess that's how I ended up where I am now, where I don't have a job, a conventional job. Up until a few months ago, I was working in an auto shop, which was a good job. It was 2 days a week. I was working with good people, but it was just taking up too much time. I realized I had to start putting all my energy every day of the week into what I'm doing now. I'm very grateful that I'm in the position I'm in. I almost took a full-time job opportunity last year, and I couldn't be more grateful that I turned that down. I would not have been happy. My advice, if you want to do something, focus all your time and energy into that. And don't let anybody tell you that you can't do that. Screw them, just send it. Focus everything you got into that, and who knows, maybe it will work out. You won't know unless you try, so it's worth a shot. Young Sniper underscore asked, you got any SIG parts in the works for either merit or volume? Yes, actually I designed a frame with Josh Clemens. That's a split signature frame. Mine's the blue frame that I'm riding now. It's called the Voyager frame. His is the Northwest green camo. We designed the dimensions on that, and we couldn't be more stoked on how it came out. That will be out later this month. I also designed a complete bike with volume called the Volume Transit. That will be out early April, I believe. I'm going to be doing a video on that. I'm super stoked on how that came out. It rides exactly the same as my bike. So be on the lookout for the frame and the bike dropping soon. Who knows, maybe there'll be more stuff in the works in the future. You gotta stay tuned. RJKF12 asks, at what age did you realize BMX was more than just a hobby? BMX has always been more of my lifestyle than a hobby to me, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, but I've definitely had hobbies before and been in and out of them, but BMX has always been BMX for me. It's like rounded my whole life. It's always been more than a hobby, but like even if I wasn't riding BMX professional, I'd still be riding BMX. It's what I do, it's what I love. Sorry, that might not be a straightforward, direct answer to that question, but I hope that clears it up. I don't know. Jack.Evans3, would you do a collab with Adam LZ either in Florida or New York City? Actually, yes. I've been talking to Adam a little bit, and I plan on going down to ride his ramp soon, so hopefully that happens. That would be sick. I haven't seen Adam in quite a long time. Dylan Falls a lot asked, what has been your favorite bike setup so far? My favorite bike setup is the bike setup I'm riding right now, the blue Volume Voyager frame with all volume and merit parts. It's exactly what I wanted in a bike. It feels excellent. Super stoked on that setup, definitely. Tom Little underscore 97 asked, favorite thing to do besides BMX? Also, how did you and Ashley meet? Big up from the UK, love what you do. Thanks, Tom, appreciate that. My favorite thing to do besides BMX, which kind of goes hand in hand with BMX, is travel. I love traveling, seeing new places, new cities, new countries. How did I meet Ashley? We met in high school. Started dating her at the end of senior year. Shout out my girlfriend. If you want, go follow her on Instagram at AshleyGlaze. Giovanni underscore Osario asks, what is your work so you live from your sponsor? I kind of answered this already, but I make money from BMX riding, YouTube, and FTL. The FTL money doesn't leave FTL, it just gets put back into it. Just trying to grow it and expand it, and then I pretty much just live off of BMX riding and YouTube and making videos. OSBMX underscore, have you ever wanted to quit BMX? I can genuinely say I've never wanted to quit BMX. I've never even thought about quitting riding. I couldn't do it. Mariani NYC asked, was FTL a rough start? What kept you motivated to keep on producing after failures, obstacles? Definitely starting a brand is really hard. It's harder than a lot of people think. A lot of it is money, and then getting the product in the right hands, and getting people to buy your product is definitely hard too. For like 2 years, I didn't really make much. I only made a couple of shirts here and there through FTL because I couldn't have the funds. Like, I would make 24 or 36 shirts, give 8 of them away to my friends, and cut out the margin of profit right there and be like, oh well, hopefully I make my money back, if that, and I couldn't even get like another run of shirts. So it's definitely hard to do. You just have to keep pushing, keep striving to make better stuff and do more. You're gonna run into hard patches, you just have to overcome them. Back when I broke my ankle, I took all my money and put it into that fall line. It was definitely a huge risk. I had to do it, and it was definitely a great decision that I took. If it didn't work out, I would have been broke. But shout out Mariani NYC. I know he asked that question because I see him doing BMX brand at Loft BMX on Instagram. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. I don't know. I just see him commenting on some stuff sometimes. So shout out him, Mariani NYC, and at Loft BMX. Keep killing it, man. Keep designing. Keep doing your thing. Sketchy Mike _ asked, why was the FTL Jam the best thing that happened in Miami BMX? Shout out Miami. That was a great day. Shout out to everybody that came to that jam. Hopefully we can do another one in Miami and another city soon. That was really sick. Miyagi 67 asked, what's your favorite trick and your least favorite trick? My favorite tricks are, you can probably tell this, but they are bar spins, suicides, hang 5 whiplashes, 1-footed nose manuals. I like going up rails too, that's really fun. Least favorite tricks, when I can't do them, crank arm grinds. But when I can do them, they're fun. They could be on both ends of the spectrum. But switch whips hurt. When I don't land switch whips, they're definitely my least favorite trick because they hurt really bad. But when I do land them, they feel good. Carter asked, do you wish you lived in Cali? Which is funny because when I was in high school, I wanted to live in California for about 3 years. I was dead set on graduating high school and moving to California. My sister actually moved out there when I was in high school. She just had a baby this weekend, so congratulations to her. I'm gonna be out there next week with the baby, you know, hanging out, riding, going all over California. I did want to live in California, and I'm so glad I never moved there because I spent 3 weeks in the summer there and I just got super bored, and nothing beats New York. I know right now in New York it's the winter, it's hard. It's hard to do what I want to do, ride every day, but it's so worth it in the summer when it's nice out here. California does not. Sorry to anybody that offended in California. Tamashasa asked, what was your age when you started riding? I think I grabbed my sister's pink bike when I was 2 and took the training wheels off that, and then I got my own bike when I was 3. I think it was a dyno, and I would ride that around. I learned wheelies, I set up some ramps in the driveway, I would ride the trails down the block. When I was 4 and 5, I would go there a lot. I got a Harrow Mirror 360. And that was a game changer for me. That was like a sick bike. I used to race too a lot. That was really fun for a few years. So I've been riding a really long time. I've always been attracted to bicycles. David Bugnacki asked, what's your favorite skate park in Long Island and what was your favorite spot as a kid? My favorite skate park on Long Island is Green Lawn Skate Park. Love that place. Probably my favorite skate park ever. I just grew up riding there and it's been the best park ever. But favorite spot? I'm not really sure. I used to love going into Midtown with my friends and just taking the train there and riding all the spots that you get kicked out of and just having a blast there, but I don't know about favorite spot on Long Island, I'm not really sure. Josh Clemens, how does it feel to be the man? Josh, you are the man. Everyone go follow Josh, at Josh Clemens, he shreds. Who I was talking about before, we designed the frame together for volume. At Ron Arter asked, what was the craziest thing that happened in Estonia? The craziest thing that happened in Estonia was one night, I think it was the night after finals, we went out to the club and everyone got rowdy, and we had a crazy Airbnb there. I booked a beautiful Airbnb and we left the club. I left, Panza and Colin left about an hour earlier than I did. I came back with like maybe 15-20 of our good friends that we were actually riding with, hanging out with the whole time. Panza and Colin were stressed a little bit that there were too many people coming in. 10-20 minutes later, Augie comes, and Augie has about 100 people with him. I kid you not, I didn't see how many people Augie brought, but Panza brought Augie over to the window and was like, Augie, look outside, how many people are out? Over 100 people down the block, just people we had no idea who they were. They came from the club and they were trying to have an after party at our Airbnb, and that shit was not happening. That was definitely pretty crazy. Only Augie, man. Augie brings back 100+ people back to our Airbnb. Savage. I'm gonna pick the 2 winners of the FTL giveaway right now. I picked them randomly from my Instagram comments and my YouTube comments. From the Instagram comments, at Kyle _BM Mexico, he won the Savage hat and the lights. And then on YouTube, Samuel Brown from Australia, he won the FTL thinking cap and the other bike lights. So shout out Samuel and Kyle. That's gonna wrap up the Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed. There's so many good questions I didn't get to answer, so I'm gonna try and do this like once a month maybe. If you enjoyed, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. If you want to hit me with more questions, I'll try and answer them in the comments for you. But thank you for watching. Peace out, guys.